Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
Happy
so
New Year.
same to you. So before we move on, before we start all the introduction and all,
Okay.
Eniola will be joining us a bit late because she's
Okay.
trying to settle. So she'll be joining us later, but she's definitely going to be joining us. And people can see my hair. I don't know if you
I
can
can
see my hair properly.
see your video.
You can't see my
Yes,
video.
yes, yes. I don't know if it's my
Wait, please,
phone or something.
can you see my? Can everyone see my video or it's just me? So I'm if I should rejoin or
Let's get feedback from others if they can see you.
please if you can hear if you can see me. Okay.
Oh, they can see
Oh,
you.
Temi.
Let me join. Back.
Okay. Hi, Dr. Happy. I don't think I greeted you when you came in. Okay, let me just scroll through the chat and greet everyone that I've not greeted. Okay, I've greeted the last one. Me. Hi, Grace. Hi, Dr. Happy. Hi, Bob Botanics. Hi, Papi T. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, Designed by Nimi. How are you doing? It's good morning over here. That's why you see that my face is a little bit swollen. It's good morning. It's good morning over here. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Happy. It's morning over here. And if it's evening, I hope your day went well. For me, my day is just starting. So yeah. Um, okay, let me see if Temi is back on the call. Hi, Tommy. See, the reason I put together this live, I was thinking about. I posted a video last night for some people. It will be this morning that I will show you. But I posted a video last night. Oh, Temi is here now. Temi, can you see me now?
I still can't see you. I don't know what I'm doing
Wow.
wrong. I can't see you. But you can see
I
me.
can see you.
Okay.
Mm,
We could just work with that.
right. So the reason I put
Yeah.
together this live was I was thinking about the. I had this idea, the video, the content idea I posted last night. I've had it since like 2 weeks ago, but I've not had the time to shoot.
Okay.
And I was just thinking about it. I mean, I actually saw a post from Kezia Baka. I'm not sure if I pronounced her name well. I saw a post. Hi, colorful woman, welcome. I saw a post on Kezia Baka. She also creates hair content, like hair care content. Hi,
Okay.
Sissy. So she had that video. I posted it on my story, and she was talking about how you don't need those hair product, like those hair product that you have. It goes beyond that. I've forgotten how she put it, but that's where I got the idea from.
Okay.
And then I was just like, it'd be nice to have a a video that talks about beyond your hair, like beyond the hair care product. How do you handle your hair? Like beyond those hair
Okay.
products. And then the skit idea came to mind. And then just like wait, it doesn't have to stop at the skit. Let me make it a full blown IG live where I can invite people that I trust with hair care matter, and they would handle it properly. And then I reached out to Temi. I reached out to Temi. I told her about it, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm up. I'm on it. If you're ready, let's do it." And that skit
Yeah.
video, it took me a long time for. I was even thinking I would just do it after the IG live, but then I'm like, it would be really nice for me to use it to talk about the IG live. So I just stood up day before yesterday at night, and I just like did the video, so I was able to put that. So yes, hi Dr. ID, hi Precious, hi Blessing, hi Oluwafe Kemi, Oluwafe Kemi, hi. So yes, this video I've come to realize that most people would buy hair products, and to be honest, you just keep getting those hair products. By the end of the day, it's just ending up being in your stash, and you become a product junkie. You go into the store to
Mm-hmm.
look for something else, and then you see a product like, oh, hair care growth, dandruff, something. It just speaks to what you want to have, what you want to achieve. Like, I think this is something I must get this. And then you get the product and then you add it again. You use it after some time, you drop it again because it's not working. But let's be
Yeah.
honest with ourselves. You've been using this is the circle that has been going on with all of the products you've been getting. And they're not working. Or like you would say they're not working. But that doesn't mean that the product is not working, because a lot of products like that, they cannot have the same, they cannot be showing you something of them are not working. And that means the product are not the case, because people also have testimony or reviews of that particular product working for them. So that means it's either you're doing something wrong, or you're not just you're doing something wrong basically, or you're not applying it properly. So in this IG live, we're going to be talking about your hair beyond your hair care product. Like when you wake up in the morning now, after you apply your hair care product, what's next for you to do? We're also going to talk about how hair care products and where they should be applied to. Because if you're applying shea butter on your scalp, you're setting up yourself for something. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about different hair care products and where they should be applied to. We're also going to be talking about the different things you need to be doing, like technicalities involved in hair care that is beyond just applying products to your hair. So yes, we have Temi and Eniola Olaide who will be joining us soon. For some of us that are constant, if you know the amount of IG life I've done, you know that for every IG life there is a Temi in it. Aside your hair doctor, there's a Temi in it. And so we have Temi of Temini Tribe joining us today. She's a physiotherapy student, and she's also the creative director of Temini Hair Tribe, a salon and a community of people that are intentionally growing their hair care. And she has not just for ladies but also for guys. So she's here today to tell us from our own perspective, from our perspective, our personal experience on how you can handle your hair beyond your hair care products. So Temi, over to you. I'm going to ask
Thank you so much.
just what do you think when I told you about beyond the hair care products? What were the things that came to your mind?
All right. Thank you so much for having me for having me every single time. I'm really grateful, and I do not take it for granted. Okay, so when you told me about this topic, the first thing that came to my mind was the fact that a lot of people think that this is products that make their hair grow, like products alone that make their hair grow. Now, I'm not saying that products don't have a role to play in your hair care journey, no, but it is not just limited to just you using products. I think if it was limited to just the fact that once you use a product on your hair is going to grow, then none of us will have to be looking for hair care specialists up and down, because once you put the product on your hair, you just see massive hair growth, and today someone still reached out to me and she was like, "Pay me, I want to." Somebody said they can't see me.
May I can see you. Probably
okay. Maybe the person. Okay, so someone reached out to me today and she was like, "Hey me, I need all the hair care products. I want my hair to grow." And of course I told her to join this live, and I was explaining to her that it's not just products alone that equates to having a healthy hair. So if you have the right product, I mean the right product, because there are some products that will actually cause more harm than good to your hair. So if you have the right hair product, you also have to have a routine that will go alongside those particular hair products that you are using. And you have to be consistent and intentional. If you are not consistent and intentional, you're not going to see any results. So it's not automatic, basically.
Very true. Very true. I mean, we're not trying to displace the place of your hair products, because they are very, very useful. They are very, very needed, because how would you what's the word I want to use now? How would you cleanse your hair? Like, there's no way you cleanse your hair without using products. And cleansing your hair is very, very important, which is in this case shampoo. To build strength for your hair, you need products, which is deep condition. But how you also handle your hair after deep conditioning will determine if the
Also
strength.
matters.
Yes, exactly. It is going to determine if you're making the strength work for your hair, or if you're counter you are giving a counterproductive reaction to the products that you use for kini. So yes, that's very, very important. So let's start with the basics, right?
Okay.
Oh, someone also mentioned, I've wanted to mention that someone also mentioned that at this point, patience should be added to hair care routine. Like, it should be,
Yeah.
when they say, what do you need to get your hair, to grow your hair? Heck,
Patience.
patience. Patience, you need patience, you need consistency, then you need your
Yes.
products, because
Mm-hmm.
they are very much needed, very, very much needed. So, let's start with the basics, like I mentioned. um Most of us, one thing that is common with every single person is that we sleep at night. You might not sleep at night, but you sleep in the day. At least you sleep. So when it comes to sleeping, what are the things you need to, maybe like, oh, what does sleeping has to do with hair care, your hair? Well, tell me, let's tell them what exactly it is that sleeping has to do with their hair, and it can either make or mar their hair. What the role does sleeping has to play? Like, now I'm talking about lying on your bed, though.
Okay. All right. So, like she said, you might be wondering what sleeping on your bed or on the floor itself has to do with hair care. But the thing is, most times we use cotton fabric for our bedspreads, our pillowcases, and the like. And these cotton fabrics, they have a way of like absorbing whatever it is that you put on your hair whenever you lie down. Doesn't even have to be at night. If you just take, you can try it out. Like oil your scalp or your hair in the afternoon, and then just try to take a nap on a cotton um fabric and just lie down in a spot. By the time you wake up, you find out that that particular spot is oily or probably maybe soaked or something. You
It
just
will
know that
draw
okay,
mark,
something happened.
mark.
Exactly, it's a dry map, and you just see that your hair is dry. Like there was a transfer from your hair to the cotton fabric. So the thing is that we usually emphasize the use of satin pillowcases or satin bonnet. But recently, I've not been really advocating for satin bonnet because when you're sleeping, those things develop legs and they fly away. So but let me just tell you the importance. The importance of having a satin pillowcase or a satin bonnet is that they are made up of like silky materials, and they tend to like preserve the moisture or oils or whatever it is that you put in your hair for a while, such that by the time you use them or by the time you wake up in the morning, your hair is still it still has this moisture in it, texture is still preserved, it's not all dry and all of that. So it's important that you use like a satin pillowcase. Plus it reduces friction between your hair and the material. It's a very smooth material, unlike cotton. So that's like the importance. So if you are somebody that says that whenever I sleep with a satin bonnet, my scalp itches me, I sweat a lot, and the like, you can make do with using a satin pillowcase. It still gives you the same effect. But either of the two, they are very important for your hair care.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in case you're wondering, you've been wondering why people always like, oh, use a certain bonnet, use a certain pillowcase, use a certain scarf.
Mm-hmm.
Now you see the reason why it's very important.
Yeah.
And just to be sure, this is what a certain bonnet looks like. Like, this is what it should. I don't know how to, but yes, if you go to the store and tell them you want a certain bonnet, a certain pillowcase, they will have it. Some cases, I
Yeah,
would say
they should.
that I typically use both bonnet and the pillowcase. So anything I want to happen,
Factor
I know that
authentication.
exactly. Two-factor, exactly, that's just it. So I use both, and in some cases if you cannot get bonnetos
Mm,
or pillowcase, there's the scarf.
yeah,
Well, that's if the scarf doesn't fall off, because scarf is even much more easier to
exactly.
fall off than a bonnet. So yes,
Than a satin bonnet.
that's exactly, so that's one of the reasons we're always saying, oh, use a satin bonnet, use a silk or a silk material. Just that silk is more expensive, that's why people are talking about satin most of the
Yeah.
time. So thank you so much for that, Temi. Thank you so much for
Thank
telling us how
you.
important it is for us to get when we want to sleep, like down on your bed, get a satin material for that for your hair. So far as you come in contact with your hair, get that.
Yeah.
Then now is the time to add a satin bonnet. If you don't have a satin bonnet, now it's time to add it to your list
Mhm.
of the things you're going to get instead of getting hair product. Because I know you have hair product, but this is for people that don't have hair
Yeah.
product, that people that already have hair products. So instead of getting a hair product, add a satin bonnet or pillowcase. Okay, thank you for that, Temi.
Yeah.
So now
Um.
the next thing people do is, okay, let's say I have my hair out,
Mhm.
right? I have my hair out. And I want to go out and my hair is rough.
Yeah.
My hair is very rough, but then I need to fix it. Probably I want to put it in a bun, or I want to just tie it. Yeah, with tying the hair as a bun. Or so what are the things that we should take note of? Like things we can tie our hair and things we shouldn't use to tie our hair. How to when you want to, because most people, you know, I tell people that there was a time in 2021 or 2022, I was always rocking my hair every
Mhm.
single Sunday. And for all of those times, I could count the amount of times people will ask me that, how do you make your hair stretch out that way? And man, like people would expect me to say, oh, I comb my hair. But that's rarely the case. I rarely comb the hair. I rarely comb my hair. If I rarely comb it because, well, I won't get into that. But yes, tell me, when we want to comb our hair, like what are the things to take note of? Eniola is going to talk about how to comb it, but like when you want to comb your hair, what are the things to take note of when you want to style your hair, put in a bun, what you use,
Yeah.
accessories, all of those things. What are the things we have to keep in mind to avoid hair breakage?
Okay. So let me start from the former. How to comb? You said somebody going to handle that. So the first thing to consider first of all is the type of comb you use. You want to use a wide tooth comb. Like I don't have it around me, but I have this. Maybe the comb can show us because I know she has this. You want to
Yes.
use a wide tooth comb, and the reason why you want to do that is because unlike the regular combs that we grew up with that have tiny spaces in them, there's a higher probability of your hair getting tangled in between those small spaces. But when you use a wide tooth comb, like your hair has free access, and before you even comb your hair, sef, or before we even talk about using comb, you have to like section your hair first and hydrate it. That's using water or moisturize it using leave-in conditioner. Not just combing your hair directly because if you use a white tooth comb without sectioning your hair, and even if you section your hair and it is dry and use a white tooth comb, it is still going to cut. So yeah, another thing you want to add to your cut is getting a wide tooth comb. Then she mentioned that if you want to take your hair. Hi, Eniola.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sharing like this. There's a lot going on with this air right now.
no
Can you
problem.
hear me?
Both allowed.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Right. It's good to see you.
Good to
Good
see
to
you,
see you
Eniola.
too.
We're going to come back to you soon, but we're currently on Temi.
Okay.
Then
Right.
you came at the right time because she's telling us how to not how to comb your hair, but like things to take note of when you're combing your hair. So I'm going to come to you when we're done with her to tell us how to comb the hair. So Temi, you can just start from section again so that it would,
Okay. All
yeah.
right. So let me just repeat what I said earlier. I said the first thing you want to do is to get a wide tooth comb. And the reason why you have to get that on like regular comb is that it has more spaces in between. So your hair passes through the comb easily without getting tangled. But it's not just enough to use a wide tooth comb. You have to section your hair. And it's not just enough to section and use a wide tooth comb. You have to hydrate your hair with water or moisturize it in leave-in conditioner so that the tangle and the knots in your hair will reduce. So Eniola is going to talk about that in detail. Then the second thing she asked was, how do you, like, if you want to style your hair, you want to style your natural hair, even your relaxed hair too, because hair care is not just limited to natural hair alone. So if you want to style your hair in whatever form, there are some things to consider. And one of the things that Ibukun said, she might have said it in passing, but it's very important. She said that she packs her hair in a bun. It's very rare for you to see Ibukun leaving her hair exposed. I mean, even if she leaves it exposed, she must have moisturized it such that even when it is maybe later in the day, the hair is not totally dry. So if you will rock your hair, you want to protect the ends of your hair, and so
I already
best that
see the
after
video. They can't see the fitness.
so it is
I need to
best
see the
that after
fitness.
moisturizing your hair and styling it, you protect the ends. And one way you can protect the ends by packing it into a bun, or you can weave the ends, or you can twist it, or you just tuck them in. Then in terms of hair accessories, please and please, this is 2024. I can kneel down. Don't use rubber bands to pack your hair, please. Like, oh my god, the damage that that thing does is a lot. Like,
And
even you said what?
I said, and it's painful too.
Yeah, it's very painful. Even on braids, I don't use rubber bands anymore. Like, I can't remember the last time I used it. And anytime I see it on people's hair, no matter how long their hair is, I just feel so bad. Rubber bands are a no, no, please. It cuts the hair and it cuts it without messy. So you should not use a rubber band to accessorize your hair. Then you can use things like outlet bands. It's 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 not a rubber band, but it's how will I explain now? It's just like a smooth material, kind of
Like
round.
this.
I don't know if the phone has it so she can show it. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
like
currently
it.
doing that.
It. Thank you for showing us. It's very, very, very um gentle and nice on your hair. Like it reduces the tangles and probability of your hair getting stuck in between it. So you want to use that. Then you can also use satin scrunchies too. Satin scrunchies are kind of like they do the same thing with satin pillowcases and satin bonnet that we talked about earlier. And people became innovative with the material and started making nice scrunchies. So you can use it on your hair as well. You can also use satin scarves. There are these thin strips of beautiful satin materials that you can just use to tie around your hair and accessorize your hair. Then and permit me to add this last one. It will
Okay.
come this particular one that is on my hair. This is
Okay.
also a hair accessory, but I've realized that sometimes, as much as this makes the hair beautiful, it also it also can damage your hair, especially when you don't fix it well. So sometimes when you go to these hairdressers in a bid to maybe finish up their work in time, they just fix it in a way that it doesn't really blend into your hair. So the edges will stick out, and by the time you lie down to sleep, it can puncture your scalp. Or if it doesn't puncture your scalp, it will sharp cause your hair to come out, and at the end of the day it's going to cut. So I'm usually very particular about the hair accessories I use, especially when I'm using these metals, these beautiful metals. So you want to take that into consideration. Then if you use these metals for a very long time as well too, you know you're using products on your hair, so it tends to undergo a kind of chemical reaction. And I don't know, I realized some kind of coating inside
Wow.
that might not be healthy for your hair. I just realized this very recently. So I think the way out is you can wear the metal accessories and rings for a while. Maybe like after like 3 weeks or a month, when they are starting to fade, you can just remove them. Like I'm going to remove it for now next week. I don't want to hear stories as such. So yeah, I think those are the things I have for now.
Mm.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Temi, for that. That was well detailed. Someone was
You're welcome.
asking, what's wrong with rubber band? Well, from the look of things, right? If you pack your hair with rubber band, you know that you're going with a very clean rubber band. But by the time they are
Yeah.
removed the rubber band, you're going to see your hair that's tangled around it, and you're wondering
All over.
how do you coil, how do you get to curl around it and all? And
How
this
did
is
you
because
get
how
here?
our hair is made, like the African hair is made, like it's very coily. So at every
Yes.
point, it can just everything it can hold on to, it just hold on to,
Mm.
and then you're removing the rubber band, and then you see that it's painful from your hair, like well then there
Right.
are these tiny rubber band, these fancy rubbers that are colorful.
Okay.
That's what people use for majorly braids, or they use it to just make their hair look colorful. How do we
Okay.
handle that? Because I know that people also use that, but are they also safe for the hair? And if they are safe, how can we use it to be safe for our hair?
Is it those ones that they put in expression attachment? Those
No,
round,
you know those
colorful ones?
those I don't know, no, not those type, like these small ones that they use most
Oh,
when we're young. They use it
I
to
can relate to
tie
that one.
it at the end
Oh,
of the
okay,
hair. Yeah.
okay. The ones that they use to hold beads in place, the colorful ones.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. They
okay.
even use it to style us.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay. For that, I think before using it on your hair, you want to I saw it as a hack, and I feel it has been working. You pour the band into like a cover of maybe a product or something, and then you pour oils on them just to reduce the friction. So when you pour oils on them, you don't have to use so much oil. It reduces the friction between your hair and the band, and then you can just use it. Then when you are taking it out, you have to be extra careful because I've seen people's hair that grew into the band, and the band, before they could even see it to cut out, it was a lot. So you have to take extra care when taking it out as well, so that it doesn't cause your hair to like fall off or so. So just first of all use oils on it to reduce the friction, then you can use it on your hair. But don't let it stay on your hair for too long as well.
Great. I also think one thing you can do is to you just mentioned that. Don't let it stay too long on your hair.
Yeah.
Because I've used it sometimes, like a couple of times, just like, nah, this is not for me. Because there
Okay.
are some that the thing cut, the rubber band will cut, like those fancy rubber, they will cut, and then it just stand in the middle of my hair. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
what's this? What's this? I'm not removing it with other hair, so extra. So I'm just like, maybe later,
Yeah.
now. But yes, we get to handle that later.
All right.
And Tim mentioned something about when you want to put your hair in a puff, that you protect the ends of your hair. So what she's typically saying is to protect our, my hair is currently in a puff. I'm not even sure if you guys can see it properly. Let me increase this stand so that you can okay. My hair is not
Sorry,
seeing.
can
Maybe because
you repeat that? I don't really get what you were saying.
I was I haven't like gotten to yet. I think network is
Okay.
so trying to show them what Temi meant when she said protect the ends of your hair. So my hair is
Yeah.
currently
Okay.
in a bun. I took down the hair finally last week, and I don't have the strength to wash or do anything. So what I just decided to do is to put the hair in
That
a bun,
is.
and then at the same time, like if I put my hair in a bun, because I'm not going out, I'm not going to anywhere fancy. I'm just staying indoors or going to work. So what can I do to just make it look okay, and also make it
Yeah.
not expose the ends of my hair? Because when you're exposing the ends of your hair, it tends to dry out quickly. The end of the hair is like
Yeah.
the end of the hair itself. So
Mm-hmm.
I put it in this bun, like in this puff, and then I just started to do something fancy. That's why it looks like it's in steps. So I added the same hairband, non-metal.
Okay.
This is a non-metal elastic. This is, I don't know if you guys can see what, I can't see it clearly, but
Actually,
non-metal elastic.
I can't see you before. I've not been seeing you since I joined this life. I don't know what's going on.
Temi too cannot see me.
That makes two of us.
Is is your area network? Know me. Please, can
Nice
you even
one.
see me?
Shot fired. Well done, Ibuka. Don't
Please,
worry.
can you see me in the comment section so that I will know
I
if
think
I'm
they
We
can
can
see all three of us.
they can
That's
see you, you
I
cannot see
don't
me
know,
like
like,
this.
Wow. Wow.
and it's
Just
paining
continue.
me.
Continue with what you're trying to explain.
It's very
We will manage.
I can see the two of you. So I use this
Yeah.
elastic. I use the elastic to like just put it together, and at the end of the hair, ah, I don't know if this is clear enough for people to see. Please give me a minute. Let me try to fix that. What do you see my hair? I hope it's a bit clearer this way. So this is the hair, and then this is the end of my hair. Hmm. This is the end of my hair. Please, can you see my hair? Like, can you see what I'm doing to my? I'm talking to people in the comment section. Can you see what
Yeah.
I'm doing with my hair, so that it's not look like it's only me that I see myself? Oh, okay, okay. Thank you, Temi. Let me see if I can raise it up again. Let me just see that. Okay, so yeah, this is my hair, and then this is the end of the hair. This is the end of the hair. So this is what if I use this now, let me see. So I kind of tuck in the end of the hair. I kind of tuck in the end of the hair, and I use the rubber band, hair band to hold it. I use the hair band to hold it. So that's why it's looking this way. Hey, hope you guys can see me. Because even me, I'm struggling. Okay, I think this is better. Hair. Okay. So this is what it looks like. You see that it has this fold that shows that a hairband has been there before. So I just
Yeah.
put the hairband and then I folded it like this. That's how I held it to the hairband. So the ends of my hair is protected after I do that. So the rest, all of these sides are just rubber band, like not rubber band though, hairband holding it, the hairband holding it. So yeah. And compared to a hairband, a rubber band, I'm using this hairband now. Like I'm moving it from the hair.
Okay.
You see that it doesn't have it doesn't have strands of hair on it. Like it came out clean. But rubber band can never. It can
Never,
never. It can never. Like
ever.
they are not on that same level. So that's why we would always, and it's been in my hair for a week now. But rubber
Wow.
band, it would live with treasure. It will live with your hair. So that's why we recommend
She's a
a hairband,
treasure.
an elastic hairband. So Temi, Eniola, over to you. We want to comb our hair. I'm rushing in the morning.
Okay.
I'm rushing in the morning, and I need to. My hair looks rough. I just woke up, and then I need to comb my hair, or I need to handle my hair. So in a situation where I want my hair stretched out and I don't want to comb my hair, what can I do? Because we already Temi already established. I know I mentioned that I don't comb my hair every single time. I only do it when it's necessary. Like what necessary, like I want to wash my hair, or I have a particular style that involves me combing the hair out, and ensuring that there are no tangles in there. So just to be clear about that, sir. So yes, what can I do if I don't want to comb my hair? How can I make my hair stretched? Why do I need to not comb my hair every time? And if I want to comb my hair, how should I comb it? That's three questions in one.
As
Okay,
in,
so
just
why
bombarded them.
you're not fair?
Okay,
Okay,
let me
let's start.
comb
The
this
first
first.
question. Let me get the questions right.
Okay.
Why? Why? Sorry, I missed the top.
Okay.
You're rushing in the morning. How
Mhm.
should you undo your hair in the morning, right?
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
comb the hair, but you okay. Firstly, let's tell them why you should not comb your hair every single morning you wake up. Because there's some people that they wake up because
Okay.
they want to comb their hair. So why should I not wake up every single morning, and because I want my hair to look stretched, I should not comb it. Why should I not comb my hair every
Okay.
other day? So let's start with that.
Right. So from personal experience, yeah, I am going to tell you that please, please, and please, if you usually do that, don't do it no more. it is a very, very bad approach to your hair care. Every
Mm-hmm.
morning when I was in KDB, I didn't even know anything about hair care. So I used to be in some people's shoes back then. So every morning, just before 8 a.m. in the morning, I'll pack shea butter, apply it to my hair, and sharp shooter, sharp sharp, I'm already done. But the implication of that is your hair strands will literally litter the floor. And then some people think, oh, it's a normal thing, but I kid you not, it is not normal. Now that my hair is all long like this, I don't like my hair is in a mess right now, so you cannot really see what I'm talking about. And sometimes when I comb my hair, even as voluminous and long as it is now, I don't get to experience the kind of shedding and breakage that I used to back then. So you can imagine. So the main reason why you shouldn't do that is what we call over manipulation. Combing your hair every day means you are not allowing it to rest. And when you don't allow it to rest, most of the effect of you combing your hair, it ends on your hair ends, like on the, for example now,
This parts.
my hair is so dry right now, and I intentionally left it like that.
Eniola, your network is breaking.
Yeah. I hope she knows though.
Way back, I'll just like
I
go in.
will.
In fact, this is still a session. Can you
Eniola,
hear me?
Eniola,
Yeah,
your network is
yeah.
breaking, and we heard you last where you mentioned your hair is where it is. That's why we can't see what you're saying. So you might have to like backtrack a bit.
Yeah, please.
Okay, okay. Let me go back. Over manipulation is the main reason why you shouldn't do this thing, because at the end of the day, when you comb your hair as a whole, the effect of you combing it rests on the tip of your hair. And like Temi said earlier, I think she was saying something about how the tip of the hair is your IBK said the tip of your hair is the tip of your hair. It is the oldest part, and by implication means it is weak. Do you understand? So going all in and like combing your hair in a rush just before you step out somewhere is a very, very bad approach. So what I do in situations like that, let's say my hair is not presentable and I have to.
Okay.
Can network again.
Network is it would cooperate with us this evening.
Amen.
Okay, Eniola.
Hi, hi, are we together?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we have to
I
go back.
noticed the network
Yeah,
glitched
the
again. I noticed the
network.
network glitched again. So I stopped.
You stopped at
Okay.
where you said you're about to step out in the morning.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Yeah, and you stop at the place where you said you're about to step out in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. So I'm about to step out in the morning and my hair is looking all rough, but I need to slay. What do I do? It's as simple as grabbing a spray bottle with water in it. And you could add a leave-in conditioner. I think I have a product here. You could add a leave-in conditioner to your water and just shake that up and spray it on your hair just like this. So the moment you spray it on your hair, it gives your hair this flexibility and allows it to adjust anyhow you want it to adjust. I have a couple of videos. I don't really know. My hair is it's braided at the back, so I can't losing everything right now and say this thing. But let us assume that this is the base of a hairstyle I want to create. Sorry, my hair got in my mouth. Oh my
Sorry.
god.
Cracks up, really
Sorry about
naturally
that.
stuff.
Yeah. So let's assume that I want to create a bang or something on this front like this here. Because I have sprayed water on it, it makes it easy for me to just section off the part that I want to twist or that I want to do anything at all with. So the best thing to do is just spray water on this thing and work with your
Yeah.
hands. work with your ends. Please do not take a comb anywhere near your hair if the goal is not to properly detangle it and take your time. So if you're rushing in the morning, just spray water. It's easy. Spray water, apply leave-in conditioner, and work with your hands. Do all your sectioning, all your fluffing. Just fluff your hair. Literally, it's as like this thing will not even take you. It will take you 10 minutes. Honestly, I find my hair
Yeah.
easiest to style when it is actually not combed because I love the texture that it gives me when my hair is not combed. It looks like I don't know if you've seen guys who don't comb their hair and they just rock their curls like that. There's this vibe it gives that is usually very, very nice.
Okay. Thank you, Eniola.
I'm done.
Thank you so much for that. I also want to add that when it comes to mixing leave-in conditioner and water, so when it comes to mixing your leave-in conditioner oil with your water into your spray bottle, you must be cautious to ensure that in 3 days you dispose that off and
Yeah.
wash the container
Yeah.
because it
Yeah,
gets to breed
yeah.
bacteria if you leave it for longer time,
I
and
told you.
that's
Yeah.
not gonna be good
Yeah,
on you. So
yeah.
on the safer side, you can just layer them properly, water and leave-in conditioner. So now, when we were talking, I just got something right that we could do.
Yeah.
I want
What's
us to
that?
talk about sleeping at night with your hair out. But
Yeah.
before we get to that, before we get to that part, I saw Dr. Heidi. She mentioned in the comment section that her hair is short, right? So for people that have short hair, you just have to look at hair and look at how it like what works for your hair. So because it's short, you might not. Well, in some cases, you get to your hair gets to curl because with the way our hair is nurtured, if you're combing a dry hair, I always tell people that number one rule when it comes to combing your hair: never comb a dry hair, except if
I'm
Never.
telling you,
it's properly stretched and
never,
detangled. Never comb a dry hair.
never do
Don't
it.
worry, my hair is dried
Never.
as it is, and Eniola hair is there. So I'm going to give a contrast. With, with the thing she did, she sprayed her hair, she combed it. I'm going to do the opposite. Put
I'm
myself
not
in
even
that.
going to use it on my hand. I still they use
Yes, so
like
I'm
this.
going to
I am
do the
over
opposite of that,
protective.
and then we'll
Okay.
see how it is. We're going to compare it together. So
Oh my God, I wish I could see your hair right now.
So the for if you have a short hair, just make sure your hair, because it's not easy for you to section your hair. So I'm talking about a very short hair that you cannot section yet. Sectioning is
Okay.
taking a part of your hair and combing it. Just make sure your hair is moisturized, because if your hair is not moisturized, it's definitely going to cut. You have no way around it. Now imagine waking up every single morning and combing your hair. You're cutting your hair every single day, and sometimes it even causes pain to the scalp. Like, don't stretch yourself.
Seriously.
You're stressing yourself. That's why you don't like your hair. That's one of the reasons why you don't like your hair. To be honest, I'm not shading you. I'm just saying it. Like, that's one of the reasons why you don't like your hair. So now we saw Eniola moisturize her hair before she is when she sectioned it, before she now like dab with her hand. Let's see the case with me. My hair is currently. Let me move down again. My hair is currently dry. I haven't moisturized it yet. So I want to bring a particular section. So what you typically do is to like start from the tip of your hair, even if down, start from the tip of your hair, and then section a bit. So now the hair is sectioned, and when we say sectioning your hair, please, the sectioning means you have to section a part of the hair that you can comb, because even if you section your
Yeah,
hair,
that you can manage that
yeah,
one.
that you can manage at once. Because even if you section your hair, let's say you have this type of hair and you section it into two, I section it into two, and I want to comb this type of this thing. That's a lot of is even hair suicide. It's hair suicide. So now I have this in my hair, and I want to. And now what do you do against your hair?
You said?
Okay, yes, you detangled it. She fingered detangled it with her hand. So now I want to
I sprayed
try.
water and I think that it can do it.
Okay, so I want to figure detangle my hair now. So this is what it looks like, and you can see that the ends are very very tangled. Like, it looks chunky, like they are chunky. I'm laughing at Temi's comments. So they are
You
chunk,
can
like it looks
go
like
to your hair.
fat in some places. So Now I want to try to finger detangle it. So okay, let me. Oh, okay. I want to try to finger detangle it. Although it's going to be manageable, I think for me it's manageable because of how long I have come, how far I have come with always moisturizing my hair. So that's why it's going to be easy to detangle with while it is dried. I'm not combing, no, but while it is dried. But when it comes to someone that you've never taken moisturizing your hair seriously, you just wake up, you run on vibes and craze with your hair, this would be very, very difficult for you to do. Trust me, it will be very, very, because it's very, very tangled. But anyways, because mine has gone through a series of working, it's still very much easy for me to detangle with my hand, right? It's very much easy for me to detangle, but trust me when I say, because I've been there before, that's what I'm saying, you can trust me. That's what I'm saying, that it's easy for me to detangle with my hand. But let's look at the other way. Okay, I want to try to comb this hair that is dried. I'm literally scared about this. God, I beg. And then I come here, and then I'm actually going to come to you because we're still going to comb our hair.
I get, yeah. In
So
fact,
now,
losing this old thing, man. I'm tired.
Ele, so now I want to comb the hair. This is my hair that is dried. It does not have moisture, and I want to comb it. So now, this is the usual way people comb the hair. Am I lying? Anyways, let me first comb it. So you go from here. Jesus. Now, with all the pressure I'm putting in it, this hair is not combing. Like, it's not going past this way. It's not going past it. And I say, let me come down. It's even painful. I'm never going to lie. So you can see that the hair is not moving at all. It's not moving. It's not moving. Like, I'm not
This is,
I'm
I'm getting, this is the kind of situation where air combs get broken, right?
exactly. This is why your hair gets broke. Your comb gets broken. So you see that it's not moving, it's painful. You're straining so hard to comb. Oh my god, my scarf is paining me. I'm pulling it. So yes, hair suicide. That's why it says suicide again. I'm calling it hair suicide. So to avoid that, Eniola, how do we handle combing our hair when we now decide to comb our hair? How do we comb it to avoid how do we comb it to avoid this wahala here? Yeah.
It is, see, honestly, these things are simple. You just have to do the right thing. Anything you want to do to your hair, please start with water first. So far, your hair feels dry. Right now, mine feels very, very dry. So let's do a bit of experiment together. Let's take out a session of my cornrows. The reason I sprayed the tip of my hair first is so that any knots at this tip can easily melt away as I try to loosen it. See, it's fine if you don't even have a leave-in conditioner. Honestly, you see, that's what we are talking about. That this whole thing is way beyond buying products and stuff. I'm trying to
Yeah,
look
definitely.
for my, oh my god, my earphone. So I can't find my earphone right now, and I could have shown that. Oh yeah, it dropped. Please give me a second.
Okay.
Right. So let's try and work with a section of these cornrows I'm taking down. I was saying that even if you don't have a leave-in conditioner, water will always come to your rescue for anything. When I started hair care back then, I was I was barely in part one. I had not even started doing any business. So now imagine you tell your mom that you want to buy a hair product worth a certain amount. Because trust me, every time on social media back then, we see brands here and there. Everybody just they sell hair products. And I checked their prices and I'm like, oh man, I can't afford this. So water was like my best tea back then. So now let's assume I don't even have a leave-in conditioner and all I have to work with is water. Let us see how you can comb your hair doing that. I hope everybody is understanding what I am saying.
Yeah. Well, please put in the comment section if you what you understand so far. So let's give them a brief break from the knowledge additionals.
Okay.
If you understand so far, please put in the comment section what you've learned. So what you knew before and what you've learned newly now. So we're waiting for you in the comment section. Please put in your comments in the comment section. Let's see if you're following.
All right.
I'm not seeing
Um,
I'm not seeing people's comment too. Please, we are waiting for your comments.
okay, while we wait for that, let's
Okay.
let's let's assume that when I okay, let's assume that you were making up what you were saying earlier. Let me try it just before I do the right thing.
Okay.
I just took down a section of my cornrow and I want to comb my hair. Bro, this thing is not moving and I
Right.
can't risk it. I can't risk it. You see, people complain that their scalp pains them. This is one of the reasons. This
Mm-hmm.
thing is tender. Why are you forcing it? What's going on? Don't do that. So now, instead of just going in with a comb just like that, just carry your water. Let's not forget that the only product that I have right now is water, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just spray that all over my hair strands and work my hair straight. Finger detangling would make it easy for you to use a comb. But because if you go in with a comb straight,
Annie,
you will feel
can you
knots
move this way a bit because
around.
your hand is like out of the is a bit out of the frame. Yeah. So can you
Oh,
yeah, that's better. Yeah. Oh, now the network is breaking.
Yeah.
my God, this network is annoying. I'm so sorry, guys.
You're currently finger is under your hair, right? It's breaking at the moment. It's breaking at the moment. So while I wait for the network to come back to normal, right? I'm going to show you what she's trying to do. So she's trying to finger detangle her hair just before she comb the hair. Just before she comb her hair. So this is what she's doing. So this is her hair, and then she's finger detangling. Of course, you will do it this way. So you just have to be gentle and patient. This is one of the reasons why we say you need consistency and patience. Like even down to finger detangling your hair, you need consistency and patience. Like you need to be patient, like literally patient. So one thing I would say is when you want to finger detangle your hair, make sure you're not doing it when you're tired or when you're rushing, just to give yourself a not rush yourself and not rush your hair, because if you rush it, you can also lead to more breakage. So yes, you apply water and then you just take it from the roots, you work your way up just to clear the parts so that by the time you get to the root of your hair is completely free or almost free of tangles, so the comb can work through it properly. Aside using water, you can also use leave-in conditioners. There are some leave-in conditioners that help with detangling hair. You can use aloe vera gel, like the actual plants. It helps with also detangling your hair. So that way, if your hair is very detangled, all of these things would help to make it easier to detangle the hair, because the products that the ingredients in them has a way of breaking down it has a way of breaking down these tangles, and it's much more easier. So finger detangle your hair first, which is what you would see when you go to you go to a styling like a salon or a hair care natural hair place where they take hair care intentionally. You see that before they comb your hair or when they wash your hair, they detangle it with their hands. Okay, Eniola, you can go now.
All right. So sorry for the break and
It's fine.
transmission. So at the end of the day, you see what is happening to my hair right now is what a lot of people run away from. That is why they do not spray water on their hair. You notice that my hair was like kind of longer before I sprayed water, and now the length is reducing, right? So what does this mean when your hair shrinks like this? This is my, let's say this is my actual length and then it is all up like this now. The implication of this is to tell you that your hair is actually healthy. It shows that, hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Shrinkage literally just tells you that your hair is healthy and it is in the best shape possible. Although for some people, your hair could be healthier when you add on new hair care practices, right? But basically, what shrinkage literally means is that your hair is healthy. So you should not be scared or be worried or feel less of yourself just because your hair shrinks. It is normal. Your curls are just reverting to their original shape because of the moisture you have added. So now, I thought Ibukun was trying to show you how to finger the tangle. So yeah, it's literally the same thing here. You just use your fingers to work your way through to see if there are knots and to use your fingers to gently separate that just before you go in with a comb. So even as small as this session is, I won't still go with a comb through everything. I'll still session it a bit. So now that I've sessioned it, let's not forget that water is still my major ingredient. I have not added anything else. So now you start to comb your hair from the tip right here. I don't know. Can you see here? From the tip, and then you work your way upwards gently. Uh, Anywhere you see knots, you can go back down to get it out of the way. If it is easy enough for you, then
Mm. While we wait for Eniola to be back, um, Ianoluwa, your question about relaxed hair, for relaxed hair. Yes, water works for relaxed hair. Like this is not because we are natural hair people here. It doesn't mean that it's just for natural hair. It's also for relaxed hair because Eniola and Temi, they have a salon, and in the salon they handle. Do it for um they also do it for relaxed hair, people with relaxed hair. So yes, water also works. Water also works for this thing we are talking about here. It works for relaxed hair, not just for natural hair alone. Okay, so let me continue from where she stopped. She already mentioned that once you're done, you once you've worked your way through and you see that there are no tangles there, you comb your hair, and then you comb your hair from the roots. Sorry, from the tip. This is your tip, and the part that is growing out of your scalp gongon is the roots. So then you work your way, you comb it, you work your way, you work your way. Ah, because this thing is not moisturized, it's actually dragging my scalp. Some strands are dragging my tugging my scalp. So yeah, that's how you're going to comb your hair. That's one way to make sure that your hair is properly combed. Trust me, when you do this, and we are saying doing you do this when you want to wash your hair or when you absolutely need to detangle your hair. This is how you do it. So this is how you also detangle your hair before you wash it. But if when you're coming to washing your hair now, right? What you now do is once you finish combing that particular part of your hair, you put it in this like the section parts, right? Typically if you're washing your hair, I would say that this size is too small to section for one section when you're washing. So once you do, let's say you okay yeah, let's assume this is all of the parts that you section together, that you want to make as one section. So you detangle them little by little like she mentioned. And if your hair is not properly, if your hair is not fully tangled and doesn't have a lot of tangles, you can increase the size of section per tangling, detangling. So you would once you're done, you put it back in either a twist. This is for when you want to wash your hair. You put it back in a twist, right? In a twist. or I typically would recommend to use, because twisting makes it easier for you to undo and wash. So when you want to wash it now, this is why we're saying you're going to put it back in a twist, is because by the time you're done with all of your hair and your hair is out, like it's not put in a twist or a braid, like a big braid like this, it could still tangle all over again, because that's how the hair is. That's how the hair is wired. It gets to tangle almost quickly, almost easily. So you have to put it in a position where even if it tangles, it's not tangling too much. So doing this way works. And then when you want to wash it, you wash it section. You take out this section, you wash it, put it back in its form. You take out the other one, you lose it, you wash it, put it back, twist it back or braid it back. So yes, yeah, that's one of the reasons why your hair is not fully tangled, fem series. So you have to make sure that you do that way. So I want us to, I know we've already spent a lot of time talking about detangling our hair. Do you have anything to add, Eniola, before we move on to the next thing?
Uh, I think you already went through everything I was supposed to say, yeah. And then let's talk about, even if they are not washing their hair, why is it important that they put their hair in a twist if they are not going out? You know, sometimes we just detangle our hair and we don't have anywhere to go. It is important that you put your hair in a twist so that you avoid it matting or tangling up. By the time you're losing it, anytime you want to lose it, your hair will form the pattern of the twist, so you won't have knots and tangles in your hair, and it makes it very easy to do another round of detangling if you want to. Most times, when I detangle my hair and I put it in this shape, let's say tomorrow I want to go to school and I have to take, let's say tomorrow I want to go to school. Ibuku, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay.
Loud
Let's say
and
I'm going
clear.
to school tomorrow now, and yeah, and all I need to do is to take out this twist here, and after taking it out, I might not even use my comb anymore. I'll just like use my fingers to fluff it out and to take off the pattern of the twist and style my hair as desired. And by that time, you only need a little bit of leave-in conditioner to do that. Yes, someone said what is it put it? You can put it in braids, but for me, twist is like super easy, and I think a lot of naturalists will agree to
Yeah.
that. Twist is very very easy. Yes, and yeah, let's quickly talk about people with relaxed
Yeah. So
hair, but that
before
have
we get there,
undergrowth.
before we
Yeah.
get there, because I want us to go there. Um, Temi was mentioning another thing to do aside using this type of elastic bands. You can also
Okay.
use a shoelace. I I I would typically go to the market to get an actual shoelace, like an actual shoelace,
Really
like
for your hair.
not from shoe, but an actual shoelace that I would dedicate to using to pack my hair. So you can use shoelace to do that. And yes, and then I wanted to add to, when you just finished talking about putting your hair in twist or braids, like when you finish, if you don't have anything to do with your hair at the moment. So let's link it
Yeah.
to staying with your hair out at night.
Yes. Please let's link it to that. Man, this is like, if you do everything to your hair, even if you use $1 billion hair care product, like a product that costs $1 billion, and you do not protect your hair in the night, trust me, it's like you're fetching water and you're dumping it inside the basket. All your effort gone. That is why you will hear some people say, I've used everything, and it's not working for my hair. I've spent a lot of money. It could just be this one thing that you're doing wrong. Sleeping with your hair out at night is wrong, super wrong. You should get a satin bonnet. It's so sad. I don't have a
So
satin bonnet with me
we've
right
talked
now.
about satin bonnets.
Get a satin bonnet, and if you cannot afford to get a satin bonnet for now, you can just get a satin scarf. You see, I will always remember.
Oh, that's okay, Timmy. I saw your message.
Temi, okay. I will always remember my bad hair days here, where I used to use. I don't know if you remember these hair nets. Do you know
Ah,
these hair nets that people
yes,
just wear?
I
That
remember
was
it.
this. That was what I used to wear back then. And then I wake up in the morning, all my hair is tangled, and it's so I don't know what word to use now, but like everything would like come together, like bump together, and it will look so messy. Uh, and it was so crazy back then because I didn't even know the proper way to detangle my hair. So I just dig a comb from the root, and it's always so painful. I'm not even joking, like so painful because I start from the roots literally. And then somebody now told me that I should be using shea butter. Then I started using shea butter, and the story of my life still did not change. Do you now know the thing about that is there's a way the tips of your hair will look when it suffers improper detangling due to over manipulation or due to you not protecting your hair in the night. As simple as this satin bonnet is, it is a protective measure for your hair to keep the tips of your hair intact so that they do not snag on one another. So it looks like what are we doing with a certain bonnet, but then you have a lot, it does a lot to your hair. Aside keeping it away from being tangled and matted up, it also helps you to retain the moisture in your hair. Let's assume you started using hair products, leave-in conditioner, oils, and blah blah blah. What a leave-in conditioner will do for you is that if you moisturize your hair today, you do not have to moisturize your hair the same way tomorrow because your hair would have all that product inside of it. And
Yeah.
basically, once you spray water the next day, that water you sprayed would activate every other thing that is still in your hair and will make it soft. So you do not. Sorry, this comment. I'm sorry, I am laughing. Oh, please, do not use a wig cap. I beg of you. I used to use this. I have experience in all these things. So if there's a way I'm getting PTSD. I'm getting PTSD from seeing this comment. Man, my edges was gone. See now, I have full edges now, Abby. Yeah, admire.
They don't know that it has been through the fire.
I do not used to have front hair. All this place had chopped off. Hi, Ibuko. I hope you were able to hear me.
Yes, so you said you told us that we should not avoid using wicca because it damages the end of the your edges. So we're going
It
to go to
damages the
wicca.
edges.
We're going to go
Yeah.
to wicca because I just realized that wig is also something that is very common amongst ladies. So we have a lot of things to talk about, but I think we'll just go to the relaxed hair people. We talked about how to handle
Okay.
their hair, and then we'll come back to wig, and then we put a Hmm. I know it's a lot,
Okay.
but there's little to. If we decide to stay here, we're going to spend hours. So let's just go to
Honestly,
relax
there's
fair,
a lot to talk
and then
about. There's a lot to
so
talk
after
about.
relax fair, we're going to come to wig, and then I'm going to talk round it off with products and what you should apply them. Oh yes, Olasomi, I saw your question. Is it
Okay.
necessary I use a satin bonnet
Yeah.
even after using a satin pillowcase? Absolutely, I use the two of them because it's like if my satin bonnet remove, I'm sleeping on my pillowcase, so I'm safe.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. That's typically what I would do.
For
If
me,
yes, you can use that. See, there's no hard and fast rule to all of these things, but there are some things that you have to live by or abide by to help you handle it. Like when it comes to applying products, how to apply, how much to apply. I would say there's no hard and fast rule to that, but you see all of these things work with what works for you, but also stick to the rules that help you keep your hair length. So all of these things we're talking about has to do with length retention. That's why we are hammering on it. So yes, Eniola, over to you. Relax there. What are the things they need to
yeah.
put in mind to handle their
Okay.
hair? So is it similar to what we spoke about so far? What are the things that are different from natural hair that applies to them?
Right. It is actually like very, very, very similar to natural
Okay.
hair because at the end of the day, it is wrong to relax your hair every month or just because you see a bit of natural hair growing beneath and then they say undergrowth. How many undergrowths do you have that you are relaxing your hair every month? Man, that is wrong. you need to allow your hair to stay for a while, which means you have to cope with both your relaxed hair texture and your natural hair texture underneath. So to make that easy for you, you need to adopt this method of detangling as well, especially for the roots that contains the natural hair. You need to have a leave-in conditioner. Depending on how thick the root of your hair has now become, it will.
Okay. So where Eniola, before she comes back, for relaxed hair, it's almost the same thing. It's almost the same thing with natural hair, handling your natural hair. Lady Joy, I saw your question, right? Your question is, how do I know my hair type? Well, the question should not be how should I know my hair type. The question should be, how do I handle my hair? Because your hair can have all of the hair type. You can have 4A, 4B. You can have 4A, 4B, and 4C, right? Your hair can have all of those. But that's not the focus. Your focus should be on taking care of your hair and handling your hair. So just know that when you comb your hair, how do I comb my hair properly? Look at how your roots, the root of your hair, like this part of your hair, look at how this part of your hair would react to this, and observe your hair closely to make sure that when you're handling your hair, you're able to see the differences of how, okay, for example, now, how quick does the tip of my hair dry and how quick does this part dry? Most of the time, you see that the tip of the hair dries quickly because it is the oldest and also the weakest, and it's also the one that is exposed, so it gets dried quickly. But this part, like the root part, is always like is always like it gets dried. It takes a while to dry, right? So you can have different hair type on your hair, but the important thing is how you handle your hair. So you see all things we are mentioning here today, just put them to action. I would also say that you should look at watch the previous IG life I had, and you would honestly, that's what matters, not your hair type. That's what matters. When your hair, how to handle your hair, that's what matters. And I hope that has given you clarity on that question. Okay, Eniola, over to you.
I'm back again.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I'm so sorry for this mess.
It's fine.
Anyways, I was talking about relaxed hair, undergrowth, and whatnot. So the thing is, taking care of relaxed hair is actually very, very similar to taking care of natural hair, especially when it comes to how to handle your hair, how you comb it, how you treat the ends of your hair using rubber bands, just like.
It's breaking.
Hi, Hibuko.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh my
I
God.
think it's breaking. Ah, this network. Yeah, word.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I could see you before and now I can't even see you again. Anyways, Holy Spirit. Okay. How about now?
Yeah, it's better. Thank you, Sissy, for joining. Thank you so much. I'm glad you learned a lot. Beyond just learning, please put into practice what we've learned. Like, these are things that you can put into action almost immediately. So please do that. Do that. Thank you so much for joining.
I think I can hear you now. I think you are good. Can
Okay.
I continue?
Yeah, you can continue now.
All right. So someone asked a question earlier that with relaxed air, should you still use water or you should just use leave-in conditioner alone? Thing is, it depends on how dry your air feels actually. It depends on how dry your hair feels and what is the goal. What are you trying to achieve? Do you want to comb your hair or you just want to style it? Sometimes if it's just for styling, you don't have to spray water on your relaxed hair. Just apply your leave-in conditioner and comb it and go. But hi,
Yeah,
can you
I
hear me?
hear you. Um,
All right.
I was hearing that for the first time. That's why my face was like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, if the goal is to detangle your hair after you've not done that for a very long time, then it makes sense that you should spray water to it. Because I realized that sometimes people get to pack a lot of products in their hair because they don't use water. But if you spray water on your hair first before applying a product like a leave-in conditioner, you realize that you will not get to use too much of that leave-in conditioner. I don't know if the people can relate to what I'm saying.
Yeah. Because your hair is already
There's a way water just like
moisturized.
yeah,
Yeah.
so like the water tends to triple the action of the small product that you apply, and then everywhere is good. So for relaxed hair, these things are just very the same, honestly. The only thing that differs, that separates however we take care of natural hair from relaxed hair, is that relaxer period, the time where you get to have a retouch. That is the only thing that separates us.
And where
We
should
do
we
have
go to
wash day
retouch?
routine. Yeah, when to retouch.
When and
You see, I
where?
said earlier that when and where to retouch. I was saying earlier that some people relax their hair every month, and with just let's say this much, this not even up to this much undergrowth, they're already complaining that they are unable to detangle their hair. That is because you're not doing it the right way. So if you adopt this method, it will be very easy for you to detangle your hair. So doing your relax retouch once a month, it is wrong. Doing it twice, every month is wrong rather. So I always advise my clients that if they want to get a retouch, they should space it out. Let's say in a year, you shouldn't retouch max 4 times. Let's say you get to have you have a very fast hair growth and your undergrowth is always very much in the space of 3 months. 4 times in a year. That means every three months you are relaxing you're retouching your hair. But for others, I advise that if they can go twice in a year, it is very beneficial because they tend to nurture the undergrowth and give it strength and health so that eventually when they apply relaxer, the hair is able to withstand all that chemical that is going in and it doesn't get damaged. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. It does make sense. I hope it makes sense to people in the comment section. And
I hope it makes sense.
the mistake of people always relax. So when you say relax your hair twice a year, and then they now go to
Yeah.
relax all of the hair.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. I had a client with relaxed hair come over today, and then we were talking about why our hair color is brown at the tip. And I had to tell her that I had to ask her, how did your hairdressers, how did they used to relax your hair before? And then she told me they pack relaxers all over the hair and then they smoothing it, they do all that. So by the virtue of doing that, she got her hair got discolored, her scalp gets burnt every time she goes to relax her hair, and then she develops dandruff. So these
Oh,
things are interwoven. These chemicals are really strong, and when you apply it to a part of your hair that is already relaxed before, that is what we call over processing. There is no bond again for the chemical to break. What is happening when you apply relaxer to your hair is that you're breaking the bond that makes your hair curly or coily or whatever. So once you break that bond, your hair looks
yeah.
straight,
It
yeah.
leads to
But
breakage.
yeah, yeah, the hair that is already straight before that you now apply an extra layer of relaxer on, you are over processing because there's no bond, there's no curly hair bonds for the relaxer to break again. So it just goes into your hair shaft and damages your cortex that is responsible for your hair color. So that is why they get discoloration as a result of over processing. And when the hair is over processed, the outer layer of the hair that protects it, which is the cuticle, gets damaged as well. So once there's no protection for that part of your hair, it begins to break off at the tip, and then they complain that, oh, my hair is not getting longer. However, your hair is always growing, but the problem is the way you handle it and the way you apply your relaxer. That's what is causing the breakage.
Very
I
true.
hope I'm making sense.
Yes, I mean, to me, you are. So the part you relax when you go to relax your hair is the undergrowth,
Just
the new
the
growth you're
undergrowth.
having. That's
Yeah.
where you relax, and then you just
That
want.
is that is why, sorry to
Okay.
interrupt you. That is why it is important to let the undergrowth to
Oh,
let your natural grow a lot so that you have enough space in between to apply the relaxer so that you don't have a runoff. Runoff is when the relaxer that is not meant to touch an already relaxed place touches it. So now let us now assume that in a case where an hairstylist makes a mistake and the relaxer mistakenly touches the part of the hair that has already been processed in the past. One way to protect your hair from that is to use hair creams that contains grease, petrolatum, and mineral oils in their ingredients. Those ingredients are very, very heavy, such that when you apply them to your hair, they kind of serve as a barrier between your hair and the relaxer. So even if by mistake the relaxer touches the parts that has been processed in the past, nothing is going to happen. It's just going to be like, or they she
oh, so you
not do me anything.
apply it before you apply. You start applying relaxer to your.
Before yes, before you apply relaxers, yes.
That's a very
I could go on and on.
great
There's
barrier.
still
I can
more,
see.
yeah.
Okay, one last question for relax there, right? You mentioned that you let
Yeah,
your that it's better to let the hair go out for a period of time
yeah.
before you relax it. So how do they now handle those two textures when on their going about the normal they don't moisturize their hair? How do they handle that? Because now
Okay.
combing the hair from the roots will be very painful because it's
Yes.
relaxed, it's a
It
natural hair there and it has a different curls.
Yes, it is very painful. The best way to manage that is one, like we've explained before, just like natural hair, section your hair before you comb it. Section it to a very manageable size. And do not use, see, people with relaxed hair, they usually undermine their hair. Oh. They tend to use combs with very tiny mouth to comb their hair, all because your hair is relaxed. Hello, that is a very wrong approach. Still get a wide tooth comb anytime you want to detangle your hair. Anytime you have a reason to comb your hair, get a wide tooth comb and get water. If the root of your hair is very, very dense and matted, get water first, then apply your leave-in conditioner. Use your fingers. So the moment you even spray water and you like massage the water into your hair, it gets very soft. You can even feel it that something is different here. We are good to go. Then you go in with your fingers and use.
Okay. So I'm guessing the end of that statement is you use the white tooth comb to comb your hair also. So while we wait for her to come, I want to quickly briefly talk about use of wigs. The use of wigs on your hair, like the use of wig, because wig is something that whether we
Hi,
like it or
I'm back again.
okay.
I'm back again. Hello.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Let me try and reconnect my Bluetooth like it's faint. Yeah.
Tell you now.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's fine.
When did I stop? Actually,
So you said use the comb and you work. I'm guessing you wanted to end the statement is you use the white teeth comb to comb the hair.
yes. After you must have applied leave-in conditioner and water and whatnot. Then I wanted to say something. One cheat code for people with relaxed hair is this: if you want to manage your undergrowth properly, just go for long-term protective styles. That is a way to keep you away from having to worry about detangling your hair almost all the time. Do you get? So when your hair is in a protective style, all you need to do is just take good care of your scalp, wear your satin bonnet, and then the next time you ever get to worry about detangling it is when you take down that hairstyle. And one thing about long-term protective styles is that by the time you losing your hair, there's a way to have stretched out the uh the natural curls. I don't know if Ibuko can relate to what I'm saying.
Come again.
Okay, so I was saying that when you wear long-term protective styles and you eventually take them down, let's take for example cornrows. So
Mm-hmm.
you eventually take down your cornrows after probably 3 weeks. You know your natural hair curls, it won't look like this. Your hair would appear stretched, right?
Yeah, and it's been a while I
Yes.
did come
So
make that stairs up.
I think this is your sign to get cornrows installed. So, whenever you do long-term protective styles, it helps you to stretch out your the root of your hair so that eventually, when you take it down, you don't have to really do too much. Just apply your leave-in conditioner and comb your hair in sections from the tip, which is here, from here to the roots. Yes. So basically, that is just it. Nothing too serious.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was well did. Even I myself, I learned new things from what you just mentioned about the relaxer. So thank you. I'm going to go to wig now. I would say my part, and then Eniola, you say yours, and then we'll round off with hair product and where you should apply them. Because I realized that if I was looking now, okay, hair product. So I just want to quickly touch on that. But
All
yeah, for wigs,
right.
I know how much wigs are very, very essential in our time, right? I'm not a fan of wigs, but it doesn't change the fact that because I use it doesn't mean it's not other people go to. So I know of people that they literally rock wigs every single time, and that's fine. I have a different approach to that or a different perspective, but that is not the place for it. I'm here to tell you how you can handle your hair while you still have your wigs. So first things first, you would notice that now we're talking about this case of wigs now. We're using it side by side the product you use. So let's say for example you have edges, your edges you want to go your edges and then you're using product, but then you realize that nothing is happening. And then we look at your history of wigs, like the way you wear your wigs, and we see that now, number one, your wigs are always moving backward. So you wear your wig, they're always no first thing, your wig is always tight in the band. So the band that rests directly on your edges, it's very tight. Number one, that's edges to side. That's why things you're applying to your edges are not working. So that's one of the things that will cause that because the wigs are is tight on your edges. Number two, if your wig has this thing of always moving back and forth, like moving back and then you move it forward, moving and then moving forward. Most times, so that we move it forward with our hands or move it up and then move it down, right? Regardless, there's a constant friction between your hair and the wig. And not that this is not the hair net or the wig cap being used is not a satin or silk or hair friendly material. So now it goes back to what we mentioned earlier about using a satin material, right? Or using a cotton material when you sleep. It dries out the moisture in your hair or the product you apply. So all of those friction, all of those friction leads to drying out the products. It leads to drying out the products that you have on your edges, right? Um, then I actually think that they should have a way. I don't know. I'm just thinking in my head. If there's a way we can do a hair friendly material to use for wig cap instead of normal the ones that is because
Yeah,
I don't
I,
know how
I will
they can do
support
that
that as
for
well,
because it's causing
honestly.
more harm than good. And if you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to also install wigs and you're adding bonds, you're adding glues, you're adding all of these things. They have products in them, they have ingredients in them that dry out your edges. And your edges
Yeah,
and your
yeah.
hair, they are two of the weakest part of your hair. And any little thing that takes out moisture from it, they are leading to they are leading to the death of your head, of your edges. So you have to be careful. Now the balance is up to you. I would say that whenever I have clients come to me and they say, "Oh, my edges are not going," and I want to, if you also wear face cap too, like normal face cap that is tight, you also need to stop it.
Even
Um,
normal
even
scarf. Why did
normal
you make
scarf, if it's
it so
tight,
tight?
yeah, you can pack your hair into a bun and it's very tight. That's going to kill your edges. So for wigs, the alternative I would say is reduce the amount of time you wear your wigs. As much as I want to say do away with wigs completely, I know for some people it's not feasible because most people are not yet
Yes.
confident with rocking their hair out. You have so many things that you might have some things that you're not confident with. Probably excuse my use of word, insecure about some things, or just that your hair has not gotten to that level yet. So you want to just go for wigs every single time. I would not say in that case that you eradicate it completely. I would say that in some cases you can infuse the use of scarves instead of using your wig. Like you can take it upon yourself to learn how to tie your scarf in stylish and creative ways that can make you still look very good. So you can go for scarf or reduce and limit the amount of time you wear your wigs. If you are type that you have your hair is good and okay, wigs doesn't affect you, you should also make sure that when you whatever hair that it is that is under the style that is underneath your hair, most times is all usually cornrows or whatever style that is underneath your wig, make sure it is clean and um just it's what's the word? It's clean and you can rock it out on its own. So that in any case where your wig messes up, you can remove your wig and you can rock it. Or if your hair is dirty, right? If your scalp is dirty and you need to wash it, and you're covering up the wig. Now this you are adding to the problem already because now your scalp will get sweaty, your hair will get sweaty. It will begin to it makes it a conducive environment for bad bacteria to live in your hair. So it can lead to so many things that it can lead to so many things that are not right for your hair. So I would say that you make sure that your scalp is clean. Your scalp is clean. That's very, very important. Your scalp is clean. And you limit, if possible, limit the amount of times you wear your wigs. Okay, Emily Show says talking about growth is stunted. To be honest, I would say that if you put into practice all that we've talked about today, you're good to go.
Basically,
You're good to go.
honestly.
There are also some part of washing your hair, deep conditioning. I'm going to go into that quickly. But I also have an IG live. The last IG live I had with Peaceful Peace, we talked about all of these things. Why your hair is not growing, and you can just go on that. But you see, all of the things we've talked about here, these are the main causes of stunted hair growth. These are the main reasons why your hair is not growing. This is the main reason why your hair is at neck length for over 3 years or 4 years now. These are the reasons. So if you put into practice what we're talking about, come back with your testimony in 12 months' time.
Hallelujah.
Okay. And then I do want to add anything to the wig I mentioned. I want to quickly go into the
Um,
products and then we'll round
okay,
off.
yeah, basically, for people who wear wigs often, one thing that they can do to protect their edges, at least to an extent, is that just before you wear your wig cap, you can spray water all over your edges and apply probably hair growth oil or an essential oil, basically probably coconut oil, almond oil, all those kind of oils that would benefit your hair follicles. Just apply that so that at least it serves as a kind of barrier between your hair strands, your tiny hair strands, and the wig cap. But honestly, it still doesn't stop your wig cap from pressing your hair down. And when that happens, you're not allowing blood to flow to your hair follicles. Basically, the blood in the body carries all the nutrients here and it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't exceed the edges. But once there's something tight holding it down, you do not allow the veins to breathe. So your hair follicles will not get that blood flow to them, and then your hair itself it gradually becomes weak, just like as Ibukun has said. So probably you could try this hack of applying oil. Spray water first, please. So spray water first, then apply oil to your edges before you wear your wig cap, and then before you wear your wig, please. It is important. But then, honestly, doing it often, probably in a week, you do that 3 times. It's not really healthy for your edges and even for your nape. Because
Yes,
yes, Ibukun,
I
I
wanted
see.
to say that when
We
you're done.
usually leave out the nape.
The
Honestly,
front
the
hair is
nape
growing,
self
but the back is
suffers.
not. Is just there. Like why you not growing? That's the reason. Oh. That's the reason.
Why? Gee, that's one of the reasons. All these things. Then, please let me quickly divert. I will digress into this. The way we pack braids. Please, I beg you. Ocean eyes. I beg. Be careful with the way you pack your braids. I was in a bus one day and I saw somebody's nape area and I wanted to cry. She didn't have any hair from her neckline to almost the lower part of her ear.
Wow.
She didn't have any hair there, and she still packed that braid. You could literally see that there are bumps all around our scalp, showing that
Wow.
we are stressed out. We are stressed out. Stop stressing us. Stop doing this to us. But no, because you want to slay, you will pack it until your head feels like there's
It's
something
on
on it.
fire.
That's when you will now stop. I beg. I
Please.
beg.
We're
Please.
not saying this to mock
2024.
anyone. We're literally concerned. Like I can imagine how she felt at that moment seeing that hair. Because if it's me, my body
Oh
just.
my god.
So this is from a place
You get like
of care. We're not
you just have goosebumps like oh my god, what is
exactly.
this? And you want to tell them that please stop doing this, but at the same time, you could come off to some people as rude, and whereas you're just being concerned. So I will just mind my business. So
Okay, thank you so much, Eniola. The last thing we're going to do now is look at the hair product. But before I go into the hair product, I asked Eniola earlier how why you should not go to bed with your hair out. I and one of the things I want us to know is that you see the way my hair is now. I leave my hair like this now on this IG live. I'm not going to go to sleep like this.
honestly,
I go
don't
to
be
sleep like
deceived.
this, the hair will be so like I'm moving up and down, rolling around, and then with the hair out itself, it gets to tangle more. Like the tangling that we're trying to reduce, it tangles more, and it can even lead to a lot of breakages. So what we usually recommend is put your hair in sections or twist your hair in sections, just like Eniola has on like the size she has on. If you have a short hair, I think that's if you have a very small hair, like a short hair, you can come make it into cornrows that it won't be too much. Like, don't do too much. You're not doing too much. You're just trying to put your hair in a state that it won't make it tangle too much. So, last thing is the products. Um, so we have yeah. So I'm talking about hair products and where they should be used.
Okay.
Okay, this is a shampoo, and your shampoo literally. Okay, let me do it this way: shampoo and conditioner. Shampoo conditioner. I don't have conditioner here with me, but a shampoo and the conditioner they work hand in hand, right? For wash day. So your shampoo is meant for your scalp first because your scalp is very is dirty. So it works well on your scalp. Like shampoo cleanses your scalp. Then once you're done with your scalp, you make sure that once you apply the shampoo to your scalp, you're using the tip of your finger to and remember that this is in section now. So let's say this is the part of your hair that is out. So you take your fingertips and then you wash it this way. This way. This is that you're not doing it like this, oh, because this is your fingernails on your scalp and it can cause wound, this hash on your scalp. So you do it this way, typically the tips of your hair, and then when you're done, you can now like wash yours, allow the shampoo run through to your hair also, and then wash it off. And then when you're done with that, we have conditioner, we have deep conditioner. Um, conditioner can be used as deep conditioner also, but then there's also deep conditioner And deep conditioner works for, firstly, what deep conditioner does is to strengthen your hair. So, and we already mentioned earlier that the weakest part of your hair is the ends of your hair. Weakest part of the hair is the end of your hair. So you make sure that you focus, because deep conditioner is to provide strength. You first make sure that the ends of your hair has deep conditioner. Then you now work your way down to the other part of your hair. But again, deep conditioner is not meant anything conditioner is not meant for your scalp. It is meant for your hair.
Yeah.
It's not meant for your scalp. It's meant for, if you put it on your scalp, it causes irritation. So deep conditioning, you cover your hair for a period of time or let it leave, like with your pillow, shower cap or with a nylon.
The thing that they call steaming, basically.
Yeah. And that we are saying this is the simplest way you can do that yourself. So cover it, and then probably 15 to 30 minutes, you wash it off, you remove it, and then you wash it off. So that's what your deep conditioner does. Then we have a leave-in conditioner. So there's deep conditioner, there's leave-in conditioner. Leave-in conditioner means it stays on your hair. You're not washing it up. That's why it's called a leave-in conditioner. So you apply it after you, basically, when your hair is wet or moisturized, like you want to moisturize your hair, you want to make your hair kept moisturized. The reason why we don't talk about all of this is because that's not the focus of this IG life. That's why, because we are going beyond the product. But then I'm like, let's just talk about the product now, just briefly. So you apply your leave-in conditioner after you apply your water, or when your hair is wet, after, like when you've dried your hair and it's moist after washing your hair. So you wash up the shampoo, wash up the deep conditioner, then you apply. This time around, you want the hair to stay moisturized, so you apply leave-in conditioner, and once again, you're focusing on the ends of your hair before you now work it to the other part of the hair, and this is not going to be to your scalp. Then the last thing is your hair oil. I use olive at this point, ABORS at this point. I can use Canty tomorrow. I can use Mega Growth. Everything is working. That's why I say that it doesn't have to. It's not about the product. It's about how you handle your hair. So this is oil, and oil has different forms. That, like, there are different ways you can use your oil. You can use it as a hot oil treatment. This is before you wash your hair. Again, I'm not going into details about this. You can use it as like massage your scalp, and more importantly, you use your oil after you applying your leave-in conditioner. So when we say moisturize your hair, you can either use water and oil to seal in moisture if you don't have a leave-in conditioner, or you apply water, your leave-in conditioner, and then seal with your oil. So once again, oil first, because we're trying to protect. Oil helps to keep the moisture in your hair for a longer period of time. So what you're going to do is you apply the oil to the ends of your hair. So note that this time we've already applied water, we've applied leave-in conditioner, and now we are going in with our oil. So you apply either to your hand, and then start from here, and then you work your way up as of like that. That's what your oil is meant to do. Then we have this thing called Ayurveda herbs. I don't know if you've heard of it before, but Ayurveda herbs, they are hair growth, like they are hair powders, like powders, herbal powders, HERBAL powders that works really well for hair growth. And you can use them in different ways. You can mix it with your deep conditioner. You can mix it together and apply it to your hair for deep conditioning. Or you can use it in place of your deep conditioner if you don't have a deep conditioner. So you mix Ayurveda herbs with oil and some essential oil, and then you apply it to your hair. Again, start from the tip of your hair. And I think Ayurveda herbs also goes to your scalp, like they can go to your scalp, but just make sure you wash it off completely. That's the thing. And you can also mix it with oil, the oil you have, and you apply it. So it's Ayurveda oil. Yes, those are the, I think. And major, please drink water. Drink water. Eat well. All of these things is essentially eating fruits. They help to provide your body with the nutrients your hair needs. And when you feed your body with the right nutrients, the blood supplies it to your hair, and your hair grows well also. So it's not just limited to your hair products alone. It's also what you eat. eat healthy, don't eat junks. There are some people that would eat, they will eat all form of junks within the week. When it's not time for them to wash their hair, they will now mix avocado and banana and use it as deep conditioner. It will
Oh
work
my
for your hair, but it's
God.
just temporary because just what is inside of you doesn't work. And there's also the part of DIYs that, well, maybe another edge life for another day. But yes, we've come to the end of this. We've come to the
Yeah.
end of this particular IG live, hair care beyond your hair products. Before we go, please tell me, you have something to say?
Yes.
Okay, wait. I want
Um.
to say that please put your what you've learned so far in the comment section. This is how we're going to wrap this up, and then yeah, please. I want to see. Oh, so leave-in conditioner. Leave-in conditioner is the same thing as no. Leave-in conditioner helps to seal it. It helps with your moisture. So it's basically providing what your it provides moisture, helps to reinforce the moisture after applying water. So it helps to reinforce moisture and also provide strengthening properties to your hair. So once you apply your leave-in conditioner, your hair is much more strengthened aside the deep conditioner that you use for your wash day. So it also makes it easier for the hair to comb. It makes it easy for you to deep water leave-in conditioner or leave-in conditioner itself. It helps to handle your hair better. So comb your hair better, detangle your hair better, and also give strengthening properties to your hair. So it's called leave-in conditioner, not leave-in strengthener. Leave-in conditioner.
Um.
But Eniola, you can.
I think
Okay.
for this thing this person is talking about, Mega Girls, the way they branded their own leave-in conditioner, they called it leave-in strengthener. And I think that is because of the hydrolyzed proteins that are in the ingredients. So majorly, Mega Girls products are channeled towards strengthening the
And
hair, aside the fact that
they are
it
very good at
gives
detangling hair
moisture as
too.
well.
They are very good at
Yes,
detangling hair, especially that leave-in conditioner. Oh my god, it has worked wonders for me.
yes,
For
that's
that,
the
the
one.
not
Yes.
at my in my braids, it works wonders.
Yeah, yeah, not in braids, but in when your hair is out. So whether a brand calls their own leave-in strengthener or they call it leave-in conditioner, I think how you get to know the distinction is to read the instruction on the container. If the instruction says after you apply the product, do not rinse off, that tells you that whether they branded it as leave-in strengthener or leave-in conditioner, it is a leave-in conditioner. It is a conditioner. So that's that. What I wanted to say is about when you want to wash your hair. Please, if you're still washing your hair with room temperature water or cold water, as the case may be, please stop it. Please stop it. It's a bad approach. Warm water is best. Like lukewarm water, please. Don't go and pour boiling water on your head. Warm water is best to wash the hair because it opens up the air pores. It opens the air pores and helps you to like kind of vomit, regurgitate any dirt that is in your hair. It helps you to like pour them out easily. But if you use room temperature water, you might realize that your hair doesn't get clean as it should. Do you understand? So warm water helps to like um cleanse your hair properly, especially when you use a very good shampoo
Uh,
as well. Please, so shampoo is different from shampoo. Let's not even go into that right now. Then we could talk on and on and on. There's just so much to talk about really.
yeah,
Okay.
and then we're going to call it a wrap here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you, everyone, for
Yeah.
dropping comments. Olasomi says, I learned that deep conditioner are mainly meant for the tips of your hair, not the scalp, because it can cause irritation. Yeah, that's very true. And also make sure that you work your way to the end of your hair, not your scalp at this point, but the end of your hair because they also need it. Grace Vessel says, wow, I've learned so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us, Grace. Um, yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much. If you joined this time, you are an OG. You are an OG. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Eniola, for joining me on a short notice. Cause
My
yeah,
pleasure.
thank you, and for handling your
I'm
A
really
game. Thank you so much.
sorry, and I'm sorry for this network
It's
data
not
where
your
people were
fault.
able to
It's
learn
not
as
your
much.
fault. It's not your fault. Thank you so much to everyone that joined from the beginning. I can see Dr. ID here. Thank
Yeah,
you.
everyone.
Thank you, Temi, for also joining. Thank you. You're welcome, Emini Show. Now we're going to call it a wrap here. Please, one final request that I want from everyone on this call. Please, by the time I will finish this live, I'm going to post the live on my page. Please and please, I would love you to put in what you learned there in the comment section. I'm begging, please. We spent close to 2 hours talking about this thing for you.
Yeah.
Best you can do is just put for free, because all these things are consultation.
Mm.
It's things that you come and sit down with. I will give you. We'll talk about it, and it's good. You have to pay for it. So this is all
Yeah.
for free. So please, I'm begging. Please don't go leave Instagram almost immediately. Maybe we're done with this. Once it goes up on the post on the page, I'm coming. Once it goes up on the page, I'm going to please put your comments what you learned. Please, I'm begging you. Please, I'm begging. You can also send to me in my. You can send that the
I'm
direct
begging
message
as well. Please do
as
as
a direct message.
she says, please. Thank
Please.
you.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to end the call right now. Thank you so much, everyone. See you
Bye.
when I see you all. Bye. Please make sure you put into practice all that we talked about. Though we can start
Put
tonight by
into
using your satin bonnet.
practice.
Please, it's very very important. Thank you so much, everyone. Final bye bye. Bye.
Bye.